Hey, golf course lots can be tricky, so I just wanted to put this one out here. This one is a lot where the values range quite a bit. Um, Also, when you're doing an analysis, if you're using PropStream and they have the MLS details, it's always good to peek at this and see what's happened. This one doesn't help us a lot because it sold 10 years ago for 28,000, but at least we know what the seller paid for it. Um, but then we can go in here to comps and nearby listings, um, and this is probably available in PropWare. If you don't have PropStream too, you can look at comps. But we're looking at distance half a mile, in the last year. The property type, I mean, if you first peek here, you can see they're going to give you all the properties, so you can see what homes are going for here: 775, 812, 870, 843 million. So that's the values of homes. So it just gives you a ballpark idea of what type of neighborhood we're dealing with here. And then I'm going to filter that out into vacant land so we can compare with apples and apples. And then with vacant land, we've got a whole bunch of stuff there. So we can just try and zero it in and do our distant, do the closest lots to this place, do a quarter of a mile instead of probably do even 0.2 on this. But all these lots in here, let's zoom in and see which ones of these are actual comps. And this is the trick on in golf course lots, right? And some of these places, like if you've got a subdivision on a lake where everybody wants to be near the lake, it's just you've got to figure out when there's the thing with this is the values in this in these comps, they range from like 40,000 to 150,000 for vacant lots, right? So you got to narrow it down. And one of the things is in a golf course community like this, people generally want to have a golf course view. I've lost our property because I zoomed in too much. So here's our subject property. You can see, there's a house right next door. And then here's our lot. It's fully wooded. This is a good thing to take note of. That's something that's going to have to be cleared to build on. That's an expense. And then the frontage on the golf course is really small there, so it's going to be kind of a limited view. Even if you were to clear these trees, those are on the neighbor property, so you can't clear those without their permission. So you'd be clearing here to try and get a view of the golf course. People usually like to see the greens or the tee boxes, so I would say that's a partial view of the golf course. It's on a cul-de-sac, which is a selling point. And then when you're looking for comps, we've got number one and number two here should be pretty good comps. I would say number three is not, because it's on the road, not on the golf course, no view, right? Number four, probably not, no golf course view there. So if we were to zoom out a little bit, we could see if there's anything else right nearby here that looks like would be comparable, like number seven, that is on the golf course there. So really 1, 2, and 7, probably our best ones. Maybe 6 there looks like it's on the golf course. We have to zoom back in to see where their lot lines are here on PropStream. But there's number 7, looks like it's on the golf course. And then across the way there, 6 also on the golf course. So you could probably get a view, even though these trees are golf course trees, so you can't cut those down either. So we could look at 1 and 2 as our top comps, and then also 6 and 7 as possible comps. Number 4, probably not. So then let's go out of full screen here. We'll look at the comps again. Number 1 sold for, no, there's no sales price on that one. Number 2 sold for 160. Number 6 sold for, they've got the house price in there already. Number 7 sold for 155. So already we have 2 comps that are 155 and 160. So we're in the ballpark of 150, right? On this, we could probably click on here, see if we can get any information about what the sales price on that was. Sometimes you can click on the details there and see. I'm waiting for it to load. Come on now, load for me. And let's see if we have a mortgage and transaction history on this lot. 796, that's the house. MLS details maybe. Sold, yeah, it doesn't say. Okay. Well, we got 2 at 155. and those are, roughly the same size as what we have. So anyway, we're gonna be in the ballpark of 150. And then, just as an aside, I did reach out to a builder friend of ours who, is familiar with this area, and I said, "Hey, man, what are lots worth in this subdivision in this area?" And he was like, they're 130 to 150 is what we'd pay for them if they're good lots with decent topography and stuff. So, my analysis was correct. It's around 150 retail, right? So then we'd want to be offering lower than that to try and make our assignment fee or build in our assignment fee. So that's a little golf course lot analysis, and some tips to consider when you're analyzing those lots in those communities.